Welcome to the first podcast series of MetaFolks Technologies. This is Sri Lakshmi here, your host and guide for the podcast series. Today is so special. We are starting our first podcast series with a very special guest, the coach who made fielding so awesome in the World Cup 2023. Please meet Mr. Dilip. So finally, we made it for the podcast series. Congratulations for the successful journey for World Cup 2023. So, how was the momentum?
Firstly, thank you for having me. I think it was incredible. We were focused and positive. I think we went with each game uh, having a clear strategy, and also I feel most important was a collective will to win.
So, I have been observing and watching the matches. So, this time, my personal feeling and even the entire nation felt that the team is much stronger than ever. So, what's the actual strength behind the team becoming so strong?
I think one of the key thing what I saw was the trust and communication, which was key thing for me, and also for the players. I think it's credit to the players also. They showed a lot of adaptability and mental toughness in high pressure situation and also playing in different conditions and different places.
I'm so glad that you've been a crucial part of such stronger team. So my interest is that I would like to know when was your first trigger you had that you interest in the cricket?
It all started when I was 10, 12 years when I was watching TV at that time, Sachin Tendulkar and all these Gangulis playing the games, and I was intruded to that. And when I started to play in gully cricket nearby, I started to develop that interest. Slowly approached my father around 14 to 16 years of age that whether I want to pursue cricket in a little professional manner. But as you said that since my father doesn't have the sporting background behind it, so he felt that playing on Saturdays and Sundays with gully cricket is fine, but he wanted me to pursue the more on academic structure. But then by the time I reached around 16, 18 years, that is when I thought I want to give it a real try. And since I was very good in studies, especially mathematics, so I made sure that I did one tuitions at one place, and with that money, I joined an academy. That's how the journey started for me.
Wonderful, so inspiring to listen about it. So glad to hear that at such an early age you have communicated that you have interest in the sport. Usually, what we observe is even they are 20 plus, they are not able to communicate to their parents mostly. Now, how was the support system when you said that you want to pursue cricket as your full time career?
Uh, to be frank, that was from the parental side. It was always a tough to convince my father. I understandably because of his sporting background not being there. But then the friends around me and the coaches at the academy really helped me with their inputs so that I start at least start enjoying. And since I enjoyed playing sport, it never I was looking for someone to motivate me. But yeah, their inputs gave me a valuable insights to improve my own game at that particular point.
Cool. So have you started as a player? Uh,
So definitely, yes, I started as a player. The challenge for me at time was back in, I still remember in 2004, uh, there was a level one which came as a coaching instructor. And what I wanted to learn is, I was more into it to learn something new so that it can help me play better. That was the whole idea when I attended that course in back in 2004. So after finishing that exam, I think I was among the top three and top five. So that really helped me uh, to know my game. In that process, I it helped me a lot and started to perform with bat and ball. But then over a period, various factors, then I had to choose at a certain point of the time. Where is my future going on? Whether it is a coaching side or a playing side. And one thing which helped me during that course of the period was even while I was playing cricket, I used to help certain boys. And what I observed myself later on was even when a particular boy plays a good cover drive, I really used to enjoy myself seeing other people succeed. And that really helped me to make my choice a little easier, that what I couldn't do as a player, because generally as a player you need support from very young age from the parents to really pursue through the grading system pretty regularly, which didn't happen in my case. But I was more than happy to help other people succeed their own path, so that helped me really make that switch from a player to a coach.
So that was the point where you built up interest in
Yeah,
coaching.
yeah.
So when did you specialize only into fielding as a coach?
I think when if you go back in my junior age cricket, right, while I was playing, that I really used to enjoy fielding as a player myself. I would love to stand in that hotspot position of covers point, where that thrilling catches and sharp runouts really excited me. Later on, I observed that batting and bowling are the main skills and fielding was more like a cousin to them. But that's when I observed that that is one area had so much potential but which is very untapped area.
Fantastic. So when we are talking about fielding coaching, I would definitely like to appreciate you for the efforts and the vibes that has created because of the medal ceremony. Could you please talk more about it?
It's been a practice we've been following in the dressing room for some time now. The concept came from a simple thought that batters and bowlers generally get the accolades for their performance on the field, but whereas fielding, which plays a crucial role, doesn't get the same recognition. That actually I want to change that. But credit to Dravid and Rohit supported my idea, and it became so special thanks to the players who saw an opportunity that the possibility of getting recognized in fielding on the field that made the medal very special. This medal basically was not just for catches and some runouts. It is the impact you make as a fielder on the ground, and which is their energy, which is their presence, and overall attitude they show apart from their catches and saves. So that made it really special.
True, because when we were watching the match, there was a scenario when Jadeja was asking for a medal on the match, and then we all thoroughly enjoyed watching such scenarios. So, yeah, what is your say?
Basically players started to know that there can be possibility of recognition on the what the efforts they put on the field, and it made them put that little extra effort, and what it is, it rubbed on the players on a very positive note, which you could see that not only the gun fielders we have but also the bowlers put a lot of effort on the field. So as a collective unit you could see our attitude on the field was so different. Thanks to the players, they created that environment.
Wonderful. That was actually eye feast for the entire nation. I mean, we could see and then enjoy the moments that were captured on social media too.
Yeah, I added a dash of creativity in the way I presented the medals, but more than the present, I think appreciate the team involvement and also the fans supported the whole idea. And
So I know the result was disappointing, end result, but the entire tournament was wonderful. So what is your take on it?
on a personal front, the result was disappointing. But overall, I'm very proud of the boys, the way they showed commitment, not only in practice sessions, but the way they executed in the games.
Everyone is looking forward fielding as an important thing these days. So how did you choose to become fielding coach over batting or bowling?
As I said earlier, it was my own interest in the fielding, especially to make a difference. But later on, while I was back in 2009, when I was an assistant fielding coach for a Deccan Chargers, it started there. So I got a chance to work under Mike King. At that time, he was the Australian main fielding coach, and also Trevor Penny, who also worked with Indian team as a fielding, to work under them as an assistant and learn the new techniques and different aspects of the game where they're trying to, and also working with R. Sridhar at NCA. So these are the few good ones at that particular moment. So I got a chance to work along with them. So apart from my own interest and passion towards fielding, the techniques and advanced what I can use them, I all got an information about it. So overall, that is the way I started to really got interest and started to develop as a fielding coach.
So how did you get opportunity with this Deccan Charges?
So I used to play for Deccan Chronicle earlier club at Hyderabad. Then I was a coach of the same club. So I got an opportunity to work with the team. So I would be grateful for that opportunity always.
Wonderful. So, have you done any? What is the process that you get into this coaching?
So in India, especially, the BCCI conducts different level exams. That is level one, level two, level three. Each stage, at least 1 2 years gap in between, helps us to whatever you learn in level one. If next 1 year you try to apply it, and then you go to level two. So if you complete level three, then you are eligible to coach an Indian team. That is how the process is laid on. And now at the beginner stage, there is a level O, which can be conducted here in your own state association based on the resources or the coaches who are qualified who can teach us.
So back then, you said you have joined an academy, and how difficult or easy is that getting coached earlier and now in the current scenario 2023?
I think it's the opportunities have increased a lot. You can see a lot more academies coming up, a lot more good coaches coming up.
So, me being into human resources for more than close to 2 decades, I understand that when I interview many people, young boys and girls, they say that they have done their graduation or the field that they chose to study has been completely parents' choice. And you taking up your dream career as your choice, what do you say about it?
In my experience, being as a coach and someone who followed the sport with passion, I completely understand the parental views. It's natural for the parents to choose a path which they, according to their perceiveness and their experience, which is secure and successful. But my suggestion for any youngster would be have an open and honest conversation with the parents regarding the path they want to choose. And also, they need to show that commitment and dedication in their chosen path. And success in any field, whether it is choice by the person or the parent, it's the hard work and passion you show towards that gets the success.
You might be understanding, or even I, what I deeply observe is that the societal pressures, especially in our country, are in major. Like when you talk to any youngster, they are more pressurized due to small things that they encounter. And I understand you also underwent a lot of pressure when it comes to your personal life, your career that you have chosen, because you haven't chosen the regular career. Okay, and it could be about your wedding. People ask a lot of questions. So to just drive smoothly towards your destination, how do you tackle a lot of these kind of pressure situations?
Societal pressure is something whole world goes through. What helped me to navigate through is has clear vision of what I want to achieve. I think my suggestion for youngsters would be patient and stay true to yourself, and always surround yourself with the people who understand your aspirations. And remember, it's okay to take time to figure out what you want to achieve. Life isn't race. It's all about happiness and fulfillment in what you want to do.
Through your thorough practice and the entire journey of your career, you have picked up a lot of skills on the professional front. So, how did this help you to evolve as a person, and what kind of changes did you observe?
It really helped me a lot. To be when I was working back in Deccan Charges, something I picked out from a Mike Young or a Trevor Penny is their organization skills, which really helped me. They used to be present on the ground half an hour before the players come. So when the players came, everything was already set up there. That is something I picked out. And working along with the baseball coach, I picked up something which was correlated between both fields. And working along with different coaches gave me insight of their own way of how they look in different issues, same problem but different ways how you can solve the problem. So knowing the trial and error method, it's how you can work around with different players. And also the same issue can be solved in a different manners considering their what level they play and what they reach.
So, how did you, what kind of learnings do you have when you have worked alongside with Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma? What are the key learnings that you picked up?
It's an amazing experience to be. One of the key thing I observed that their perseverance and what discipline, what is something which really attracted me, and the way they maintain their calmness, irrespective how the result goes, whether it's on a winning note or not. The way they calm and composed on and off the field is something I really took. What I really got out of them was the success is all about consistent, good work ethics, and being disciplined really helped the path to be chosen.
Yeah, when we actually look into a person as a professional, skills are looked as a priority, but these days, equal importance is being given to you as a person, as an individual, your attitude, how do you present, and all that. And with these key learnings, you have evolved as a great person. Then, how are you going to bring those points to your current team along with the skills that you teach in fielding?
It really helped me a lot. I know I also made a lot of errors at early part of my career, but I was open to learning to identify and reflect upon and also correct myself as a coach. One of the key things I observed was having your emotional state consistent always, irrespective in my fielding session, whether it's a catch dropped or a taken or a run saved or given, how consistently we can keep our body language and emotions in control is some of the major thing I observed. And also the communication front, when you are working with an Indian team setup, there are different kinds of players from different regions. So I need to approach them and also speak to them in a language which are more comfortable to them. So the variability of communication was different, and understanding a player for a certain place, for a certain players, it's just about telling them what is required, and for certain players, without telling and putting them in a situation, and automatically they learn. So these are the few things which really helped me.
So, in any situation, you have something to learn from, and then you pick up that learning and you implement your in your real time. You would definitely understand. What is your learnings from the World Cup 2023?
Uh, it was actually a very proud moment to firstly to be representing India on a bigger World Cup stage. That is something I will always cherish for my rest of my life. But also the key learning for me is that how fielding has evolved. It made a real impact to the team, and how an attitude can change overall picture of a team. That really, so my continuous growth pushing towards that is that.
So, what goes behind the scene of fielding coaching? Any unique drills or practices that you actually inculcate?
It depends on which phase we are in, and sometimes the drills vary if we have longer duration before a game or a shorter duration of the game. But at the elite level, it's most of them, it's what player wants. And what I do is I take in consideration what their individual requirements as a player, and then combine with my own drills based on the time available to me, and also put them in certain situations and certain few drills where they achieve it. And as a group, I think what we really got better over a period is the direct hits and our attacking ground fielding. These are a few areas we really worked upon. And I think it really showed as a group how we made a difference in recent World Cup.
So we understand that the learning is continuous. It could be player or when you are a teacher, when you're a coach too. So how do you keep yourself updated with the learnings that has to be there in this?
I think one thing which I always been, and something is one of my key area is being open to learning. That really helped me explore various fields. I took a lot of skills which are required. Sometimes cricket is not the only one. I picked up something from the tennis. It's a being base up. Some things I've taken from baseball where the high catches and running back catch and overarm throw are predominant. So different fields, exploring different fields. Of late, I've started to learn about psychology side, where how to deal with different kinds of players, their mindsets. So combined together, whole idea is to understand each one not only as a player but also as a person, which really helps me to help them in their path.
So the learning is always 360 degrees.
So it's a never ending thing for me, because this the creativity in fielding, especially creative side, is much more necessary, because batting, bowling are someone which can get you directly selected at times, but fielding something, my whole goal is to make it interesting, fun, at the same time achieving the goals necessary, both as an individual as well as a team.
Can you explain us your journey starting from a professional coach to here?
My professional coaching actually started in 2007, wherein I created my level 2 from BCCI and NCA, and I got a job offer at HC Academy in 2007 to work under Vijay Mohan Raj as a coach there to help the youngsters. So I did in HCA from 2007 to 19, not only working at academy levels, but also from under 14 to Ranji Trophy. I was a fielding coach of various teams there. And also during my first NCA camp as a zonal coach, as a visiting coach, was in 2008. From there, I did around 12 to 14 years as fielding coach of various national teams, zonal teams working. So these experience really helped me a lot over a period. But my real turning point was in 2017, when I was fielding coach of an India A against a Bangladesh team in Hyderabad, doing in an India A, wearing India colors, and doing it in home state, that to Hyderabad, was a very proud moment. From there, the real journey, I started to see and aspire to one day become a national team. That was a turning point in 2017.
What would you like to tell the people who would be interested to choose cricket as a career, especially into coaching?
My advice is genuine passion to the game. This passion will help you to drive through highs and lows which you get in a sporting career. Next, would comes with hard work and dedication in doing a job, and staying open to learning really helps.
So, how do you see opportunities when you're in this career?
Nowadays, opportunities have increased in various ways. In coaching, you can be a fielding coach, we can be a bowling coach, we can be a batting coach, we can be a complete coach, and there are various other venues. You can be a video analyst, we can be an SNC coach. If you study, you can be a sports physio, and you see a lot of training sidearm people who are throwing and helping. So the opportunities in which you can contribute towards a team and also make a career out of it have increased a lot over a period.
So, any specific goals going forward?
Coming to the Indian team, if given an opportunity, the key thing for me would, what is the good work we have done in this World Cup? We would like to maintain that consistency level going up, and they are all experienced unit. And what I would like my personal friend is put them in a situations which can take care of them, make them into a brilliant fielding unit on the field as a collective.
So, let's get into some fun part here. I
Thank
would like to know some answers from you.
you. Yeah.
Who is your favorite cricket player all time?
For me, it's always been Sachin Tendulkar.
And how was the moment when you captured a pic with him or when you met him?
25 years, I waited for it. Was short of words.
Wonderful. And apart from cricket, what's the next favorite sport that you like?
I like baseball.
And who's your favorite sports person other than cricket?
Nadal.
What's your favorite hangout places in Hyderabad?
For me, my home. I want to stay alone in my house.
Okay. Tell me about your family.
My father, my grandmother, my aunt, and they stay along with me.
How does your cheat day meal look like?
When it comes to Hyderabad, it's always that Nizam biryani.
And what's your daily routine look like?
I train 5 days a week, but also give good importance to rest and recovery.
Do you love movies?
A bit, yes, which is has good music.
Okay. What's your good movie that you liked in recent times?
In recent times, I don't know, but my all-time favorites always been Ashiki and Maine Pyar Kiya. I don't know the whole story, but I love the songs.
What are your favorite go-to places for food in Hyderabad?
One place I like is Evoke in Sainik Puri, which has good vegan things. And also, I like Fuzzy Cave in Jubilee Hills. They're outstanding food.
What are your favorite places? You've been traveling a lot, right? Favorite places.
Favorite places, I always love New Zealand for the weather and the people.
What's your favorite ground?
Firstly, I think Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium in Hyderabad is my favorite. After that, Ahmedabad, big ground. There are over 1 lakh people, great environment. Outside India, I think Melbourne is ground I really enjoyed, especially the India-Pakistan game.
Wonderful. And what is your who is your favorite people to hang around with?
Cousins, and I have only couple of friends which I hang out.
If not cricket, what was the other choice of career?
I would have been engineer or maths lecturer.
So, any key people who influenced your coaching career?
I think there are many people. If you look at from at the start of my career, I think it's Hyderabad Cricket Association. Various coaches I worked at academy level and as well as teams. And at NCA, I worked under very former cricketers who were my coaches at that particular time. But most importantly, all the players who worked both at HCA and as well as NCA, I made a lot of learnings through them.
So, what is your advice for the people who would like to take sports as a career?
Four key things I look at is one is a skill, whichever game they choose, they need to have thorough knowledge about that. Second is the physical ability, they themselves being fit enough to do the activities at times and show as an example. Third is the mindset, mental condition side. And the last is the life skills like communication skills, how you personality, body language.
Does being mentally strong help?
Of course, especially when you're dealing in high pressure situations to make better decisions, it does play a large role.
Thank you, Mr. Dilip. Thank you for accepting for our first podcast series. And then this is so special to us. And I think a lot of people might have good takeaways from this podcast.
It was my pleasure having us sharing my story and also sharing my insights. Thank you very much.
Thank you.